Good morning, all. Welcome to another morning conversation. I've got my coffee here. It is Mystic Monk coffee, which is actually really great coffee. The beans are roasted by Carmelite monks in Wyoming, and they have a high level of attention to detail and high standards. So, best coffee I've ever had. I've tried all the coffee shops in Lincoln, all the coffee shops in Omaha, and this is definitely better than all of them, in my opinion. This particular blend, though, is actually more trendy than I really like. It's I think it's actually called like the Mystic Monk blend. It's like their house blend. But it's got kind of those chocolatey, raisiny tones that I really do not like, that a lot of coffee shops seem to be going for when it comes to their dark roasts. I prefer the Hermit's Bold blend, which has a more smoky, spicy kind of flavor to it. But a lot really depends on how you brew it, though, and your ratios of coffee to water and how fine you grind the beans. I grind the beans extremely fine. It's almost like espresso. So, and then a friend of mine taught me to, when I first start brewing, to pull out the coffee pot so that the reservoir, the basket, fills up with water. And there's like a full immersion kind of technique. And then put the coffee pot back under when that's full. Really helps make the flavor more full and robust. I just love it. So anyway, I didn't come here to talk to you about coffee. I got a lot going on this morning. I'll just read off my to-do list a little bit here. I've got to film the next color podcast episode. See how that goes. This time I'm bringing out the lighting gear, and we will do it right this time. Then I've got some testimonial videos to edit for a client. Really quick things. Shouldn't take too long. And I have a pilot for a film. It's kind of a pitch video to raise funds for a feature film. I'm the colorist for that. It's called Fabiola, and I have to make another pass on the color and just review my work. Then I have to write a script for a promotional video for a pilgrimage to Ireland. Very interesting stuff. And then I have I want to color a short reel that features what I call a sweet Rec 709 look. So it's basically very natural, very realistic, but just kind of enhanced a little bit. I didn't use that look in my main color reel, and I'm kind of scratching my head as to why I didn't do that. It's a very important look. It's good to have that neutral, more realistic looks in your repertoire, and I do have that. So that's my to-do list. Got a lot going on. Today's morning conversation topic, though, is toxic masculinity. Yeah. So I've been thinking a lot lately about what is we know that there's a quote crisis of masculinity in our world. A lot of people talk about that. There's the absence of fatherhood and all that sort of thing, but I don't think anybody really has a good vision for what masculinity is. And what I usually see happening is just an attitude of you're stupid and lazy, So you need to listen to me tell you what to do. And at first, it sounds horrible and harsh. I see this in, believe it or not, two different places. I see it on this particular colorists forum. I won't say which one. If you know, you know. But there's this particular colorist forum where it's very much you're an idiot if you don't do things the absolute hardest way, and you're an inferior person if you don't do that. I also see that in among men, particularly younger men, in some Latin mass circles. I'm a Catholic, for those of you who don't know. Yeah, you'll probably want to unfollow me and unfriend me now, but that's okay. I need to clean up my friend list anyway. Haha. But I see it among those two people, and it seems like it's a bit of a more masculine trait. Even Jordan Peterson has said that men tend to be more disagreeable than women. I don't think that's any secret, but it makes me ask the question of, is that what it means? Is that the ideal for masculinity? And I honestly don't know. I have theories, though. One of my theories is that it actually takes more self-control to perform a more careful operation than a more quick and efficient one. So basically, if you're going to perform surgery on a person, do you use a scalpel and make careful adjustments, not damaging the body any more than necessary? Or do you use a chainsaw because it's quicker and gets the problem solved faster? I think the answer is obvious. And of course, you use anesthesia too. So, where was I going with this? There was one other point I wanted to make. Oh, on the other hand, one might think that it's wrong to use a bit of verbal violence, if you will, to help people. But if you think about it, it's difficult for us to understand this in modern times. But if you think about it, in earlier days, if you were stupid and lazy, then it was not people who would be violent to you, but it would be nature that would be violent to you. So if, for example, think of the pioneers out in the West, if they did not be proactive and smart about building their huts, building their log cabins, about their farming techniques, etc., then they were in trouble. So I don't like it when people use verbal roughness, but at the same time, it could be kind of hey, I'm going to hurt your feelings a little bit now so that you're not going to be killed by nature or some other force. So that's another aspect of the conversation that has to be kept in mind. I know right now I'm raising a lot more questions than giving answers, but just a lot of things I've been ruminating about. But yeah, where was I going with this? I think I had one more point to make, but oh well, that's it. So yeah, what is actual masculinity? Oh, that's the point I was going to make. I think you can do this sort of operation from two places. One, you can do it from, you annoy me because you're stupid and lazy and you make my life harder, so you need to fix yourself and start being a productive member of society so you're not a burden to us. It's a very selfish place. It could also come from a point of view of, I'm the greatest and you're lacking, so you need to follow me and listen to my every word. But then there's also the place that there's a more altruistic position that you can do this from. And it's a case of, hey, I care about you. I don't want to see you get eaten by the lion. So here are some things that you can do to avoid getting eaten by the lion. So it's basically a similar function, but two very different ways of doing it. And I think depending on which one is in question, which way is being used, the actual act of verbal roughness is going to look different. The person who's just annoyed or wants to be in charge is not going to care about the other person, and so they're not going to care about the side effects of using a chainsaw. Whereas the altruistic person is going to be like, hey, yeah, I know this person needs an operation, but we want to make sure we don't destroy the rest of the person in the process. So I'm going to use a scalpel and I'm going to use anesthesia. So I think that's a good place to leave it. Controversial thoughts for the day, designed to make everybody on all sides angry. So yeah, I've got work to do. So hope you're having a good morning, and talk to you next time.